BG opens with Akron, MAC opener at home on Wednesday, so I'm going to guess you don't want to make an opening statement. Just go ahead with questions.
Well, going into conference play, I guess some coaches are like, wipe the slate clean. Some coaches, ride the wave of momentum. What's, your take? What's your mindset?
I think a little both. Obviously, we got to learn what we did well from non-conference and rely on that, but also realize from the lessons throughout non-conference what we can do better in order to have success in the MAC. So I think a little both. You want to wipe some of the stuff clean, but certainly rely on and lean back on some of the lessons that you learned. And we have a tough test right off the bat with Akron.
How concerned are you with the inconsistencies that your team has had, kind of throughout the year so far?
I think that's the main concern right now, that at times we've been really good and at times we've been very vulnerable to get beat by people this year.
Talk, if you would. But Akron, what do they do specifically? What are your concerns about those guys?
Well, first, I think you have to look at the program that's building at Akron. Last year, they went into the last game, the 16th game of the regular season, with an opportunity to finish second in the East. And so they've really turned the corner. And this year, again, a team that's very, very dangerous. Specifically for us in the matchup, the thing that is concern is they have very talented post players. They have 3 post players that can truly give us trouble. And so they have nice depth in the post. And then everything that you do with Akron, the game plan has to start around how to contain Kara Murphy. Kara Murphy is as talented as a 3 player as there is in the league. She's a physical presence for a guard. She can shoot the 3, she can penetrate, but she, without question, is the best post-up guard in the league. And because of that, can get herself to the foul line a lot. So everything that you start has to start around Kara Murphy, but without question, the other aspect for us is they have a good post game.
How will you defend her?
Well, we've stuck Lindsey Goldsberry on her for the last 2 years and called it a day. And so one of the biggest concerns when Lindsey Goldsberry graduated, our staff looked at each other and said, who's going to guard Kara Murphy? She's one of the kids that she did a great job defending through the years, and we counted on that. So we're going to have to give Murphy different looks, and it can't be just one person. Obviously, Murphy will probably go head-to-head at times with Prohaska, and both of them have got to be concerned about foul trouble. Lauren can't get in foul trouble trying to guard Murphy. Murphy can't get in foul trouble guarding Lauren. So it's a great matchup and a little bit of a chess match, so we're going to have to give them different looks.
With talking about the inconsistencies, and then your answer to the question the other day that you have a lot of depth, but you don't know they're all about the same. Has there been a thought to changing your starting lineup at all?
We've contemplated the starting lineup and given different people a chance, but at the same time, we're still searching for the combinations. And our team really, truly understands that it's really not important necessarily who starts, but who's on the floor in crunch time and the combinations that are working. So we have lots of options, and we're pleased with the depth and the options that we have, but we need some players to really step up and take on some roles and really step to the forefront. Like, who's going to be the go-to guard off the bench? Who's going to be the go-to post off the bench? And really have those players step up, and we're looking for that as we get into MAC play and early in MAC play.
Is rebounding, statistically, you've done much better on the boards. Is that no longer a concern, or that's still a concern?
Still a concern, and obviously it's always going to be a little bit of our Achilles heel. Now, ironically, we've had a good year rebounding the basketball, and when you compare statistics from last year, which was another championship year, second most wins in program history, what offensive statistic is changed? Well, we're doing a lot of things as well, or even better, but the one area that clearly you can see a difference in, we're going to the foul line 5 less times a game this year than last year. That's a pretty significant number of less attempts. So we've got to continue to be aggressive going to the basket. We've got to be aggressive posting up. because that is the one negative offensive statistic from last year, is we're just not getting to the foul line as much. So we've got to continue to make that a point of emphasis.
Is that due to personnel or due to just, personnel difference from last year, or?
I think it can be looked at two ways. Personnel in terms that we lost Nikki McCoy, who was a player that could penetrate from the perimeter in the post, but also attack you posting up. So she was a post player who could get herself to the foul line. So we lost a little bit about that. Also, I think it's a direct reflection of playing better teams, smarter teams, a tougher schedule, and they did a better job of not fouling us and making us earn baskets.
Anything else? All right.